let's talk about this crazy Woojin situation. Now, just like with any other sensitive topic we've talked about in the past, we're going to approach this one cautiously. What I mean by that is there are a few other artist names being thrown into the mix, but those are way more of a speculated thing at this point, so I don't think it's a good idea to bring them up. Which brings me to my next point. Keep in mind, the information I mention is what is in front of me right now, at the time I'm recording this. Probably hours or a day before you hear it. So more updates are inevitable. If some do come out, let me know and we'll talk about it in the next one. For those who don't know, Woojin departed from Stray Kids back in October of 2019, which Stray Kids have nothing to do with this, by the way. But the reason I bring it up is because the only reason that was given was personal circumstances. We didn't know if it was a health thing or if he did something that led to the departure. Since then, there have been things that led to speculation that he must have done something, but again, we can't know for sure. Well, these latest accusations seem to have convinced fans that JYP Entertainment probably kicked him out. Last night, a couple of posts blew up detailing their experience with a certain idol that took place a few months back. You can read more in detail what's on the screen, but to sum it up, both incidents took place at a bar. He used his idol status a lot with these girls, told them he liked Western girls because of their bodies. The post illustrated how even after expressing disinterest, he wouldn't leave. Then there was inappropriate contact made by the idol multiple times, and they get pretty specific about what that was. And at a certain point, he got mad and apparently pushed one of their wrists. Thankfully, someone at the bar noticed, so it didn't escalate further from that. Both of these posts seem to have pointed at Woojin, and he actually responded to these accusations, saying someone on Twitter posted weird rumors and then deleted their account. He never met that person, he's never been to those places, and his company will take legal action. A company that might not exist. But I don't know that yet, we'll save that for the next one. And then he talked about preparing for solo promotions. A lot of people found it odd that he just brushed it off as weird rumors and then plugged his future promotions. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's the crazy situation that's blowing up right now. I hesitate to go even further because it's a big mess of things being put out there. So like I said, when more concrete things come out on either side, we'll dive into that. Let me know your thoughts. And just to be clear, once again, this has nothing to do with Stray Kids. These incidents seem to have allegedly taken place long after he was out. If we're gonna talk about Stray Kids, let's talk about their upcoming repackaged album, or the shocking tidbit, Bangchan revealed that him and Lisa are actually really close.
Actually really close with Lisa, because I actually knew her since I was a trainee.
A lot of fans were pleasantly surprised because we've never really seen them interact together. Plus, Rose is the one with the Australian connection.
Big ups to the Australian sister.
But according to him, Bangchan and Lisa have been friends since the trainee days. It does make sense if you think about it, they're both close with Bam Bam. Plus, we've seen a lot of pre-debut friendships between YG and JYP. For example, Jennie, Jisoo, and Nayeon. They probably went from talking about hardships of trainee life to now the hardships of idol life. Or how they both have such strong fan bases that always try to stand up for them, whether it's better treatment for BLACKPINK, to recently better treatment for TWICE. You'd think being one of the top girl groups would lend them to having a lot of resources invested in their comebacks. But fans were shocked to find out that some of their teasers were simple edit jobs and stock photos for backgrounds. This kind of blows my mind. The lack of creativity, shall we say, is just one aspect fans are fighting for. The brunt of it is being directed toward their JYP management team named Division 3. Not only Division 3, but ITZY stylists are under fire for putting them in injury-prone outfits, in particular, Ryujin's shoes and boots. I don't know if you've ever noticed, but there are times where her feet are just swimming in her shoes. And if you take into account the choreography ITZY have to pull off, it's a miracle that Ryujin hasn't injured her ankle yet. I think partly that's a testament to how well she dances and handles herself, but there's no need for her to put so much effort into not rolling her ankle or anything worse. It's kind of scary now to watch some of these not shy performances, even some of the wannabe performances. And while ITZY fans are trying to get her out of these dangerous boots, BTS fans just got an update to when the boys may step into their military boots. You may have seen within the last week so much talk about BTS BTS's enlistment and the laws surrounding it. Now, I don't think the question is, are they going to or not? The guys have said they want to because it's their duty and honor to serve their country when the time comes. But in a recent financial document for investors, the company themselves say there is a high possibility that Jin will be able to postpone his enlistment until the end of 2021 instead of the end of this year coming up in a few months. There's also talk about revisions being discussed of the Military Service Act, whether or not to include pop culture artists with high culture and economic contributions, along with people like Olympic medalists and such, which could then allow the rest of the BTS members, along with all other male idols, from having to enlist by 28 to now 30. Especially now with BTS hitting the #1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100 2 weeks straight, a goal they've always wanted to achieve. That's why they talked about how they cried when finding out, except RM. Put this in perspective. Think about the world phenomenon Gangnam Style was in 2012. But even that just missed the #1 spot. I thought it was so cool of PSY to come out and congratulate BTS. The president of South Korea came out to congratulate them as well. I think fans are happy that, hey, we may get more time with Jin before he has to enlist, if the company is right, and they seem very confident about this. I also think fans are happy that BTS want to enlist for their country, which will undoubtedly inspire a lot of young people. By the way, speaking of Dynamite, they are still on the next music video theory poll, including CLC's amazing comeback with Helicopter, Taemin's Criminal, Oh My Girl You Are's solo debut, and so many more. But with the stuff that broke today, we'll hold off the theory for the next video. Follow my Instagram if you want to vote on the next music video theory. However, in the meantime, the next part of this video I'm gonna call Find SEULGI'S Red Pants. Here's what I mean. Remember we mentioned Lisa and Bam Bam earlier? Well, just like how they endorsed the mobile brand AIS, we are blessed to have this video sponsored by Skillshare. I feel like a K-pop idol. And because that absolutely does not happen without you guys, especially the ones watching up to this point, I have to use this opportunity to give back. I've been wanting to do this for so long. So within the next minute, you just need to find SEULGI'S Red Pants somewhere on the screen. Once you do, screenshot it, point it out, email it to this email. I'll pick a bunch at random and send you guys whatever album you want. For real. We're doing this like Kang Daniel, but not a truckload. Yet. Again, I couldn't have done this without Skillshare. Thank you to them for sponsoring this video. And you guys know Skillshare. It's an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people. I'm talking about illustration classes if you want to draw like Seulgi, music production if you want to compose like Stray Kids Bangchan with Bam Bam by your side, photography if you want to shoot photos as beautiful as the ones in Lisa's photo book. Personally, I'm diving into Dan Dan Liu's Film Lighting Made Simple, which helps me with my music video theories to understand how light is intentionally used to enhance story themes, like how they lit this scene in ITZY's diary film to communicate that Seunghwa was feeling imprisoned. The reason I wanted to work with Skillshare is because the creative classes offered are designed for real life and its circumstances. These lessons can help you express yourself in a time where we need to creatively use our voices for social good and be able to do it with a community of millions. It's curated specifically for learning. That means no ads and always launching new premium classes so you can stay focused and follow wherever your creativity takes you for less than $10 a month with an annual subscription. For a limited time, use the link in my description to get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership in order to explore new skills, deepen existing passions, and get lost in creativity. Or just to learn how to edit like the team behind Secret Number.